sound good, and you bloody are good. Stepping up on 4 hours' notice, ladies and gentlemen, the one and only Mr. Save the Day, Dan Ige. Hey, that should be the new nickname. Dan, I mean, the floor is yours, buddy. What the hell happened on Saturday?
Man, I blacked out. You tell me what happened. I just, yeah, I mean, you guys probably heard the storyline, but I got the call and, I've been dreaming of an opportunity like this. Not exactly like this. I didn't know how it would come, but some type of form in some way just to become a legend, to do something extraordinary. And we got the call Saturday around 4 p.m. I trained the day before. I trained that morning. I was recovering, getting ready for Monday, just getting my body. I was getting a deep tissue massage and had 10 missed calls, literally 10 missed calls from Hunter Campbell, Ali. He's not even my manager. People are just trying to get a hold of me. My mom, they somehow got a hold of my mom. My wife comes up. They're like, dude, you're getting like SOS alerts. So I'm like, what's going on? And finally, Ali calls me right there. I answer the phone. They're like, brother, some Ortega's out. There's an opportunity for you to fight tonight. And I was like, no, like, it's not even possible. And so I'm like, yeah, let's do it. I didn't even think it would actually like happen. They're like, let's do it. So he's like, okay, hold on, I'll call you back. So I'm just sitting there waiting. I'm like, this is crazy. Like, can this really happen? I get a call back. They're like, start packing your bags. I'm like, what do I? So I'm running around the house. I'm like, what do I need? Like, mouthpiece cup. And I was like, well, I don't have my cup. It's at the gym. So I call Eric. I was like, bro, are you near the gym? Grab my cup. So he grabbed my cup. We had to size up on the cup, but
wow.
Yeah, dude, it was a crazy, what a experience.
Well, I'm not surprised you had to size up on the cup because you have got some big balls, my friend. I'm not sure if that was a joke or if that was serious, but man, talk to me about those emotions. So you're getting a massage, right? And you were supposed to fight in a few weeks' time, correct?
Correct. July 20th.
And who was the opponent? Pardon me.
I had multiple opponents. So originally I was supposed to fight Joe Anderson Brito, the one that called me like 8 times. Remember him?
Yeah.
You're like, Dan Ige, what's the problem with Dan Ige? Remember?
Yeah.
Then they gave me Sean Woodson as a replacement. And then something happened with him. Then they gave me Chepe Mariscal, another up-and-comer, pretty good, 3-0 in the UFC. So I said yes to that, and then all this happened. I had no clue I'd be fighting. I was planning to fight on July 20th, and that's kind of how I was approaching my day. I was like, hey, we're getting end of the week, get my last hard workout in Saturday, recover Sunday, we'll get back to work Monday. And I got the call, and it was all, there's no time to think, there's no, I mean, I had that initial like nervous energy, like excited, like grabbing shit, sourdough bread. Like, what do I do? Like, I don't know. I'm just
sourdough bread. Why sourdough bread?
I don't know. I was in the kitchen just grabbing things. Like, what am I doing? What do I do with my hands?
Yeah. Well, I can only go on. Sorry.
No, I was just like, I gotta eat. I gotta fuel. I'm like starting to grab things. I'm like, what do I need? I start hydrating because I was like, if I'm gonna fight, I need to be hydrated. I didn't even know I had to weigh in Bisping. I didn't know how this was working. They told me, they're like, what do you weigh? I was like, I was 164, 165 this morning, somewhere along those lines. So they sent me the contract. It said 165 for the bout agreement. I didn't read. Only thing I read was the numbers because I was like, sweet, okay, the money's in there, we're good. Let's go. So
nice
I get to
number.
The arena.
I don't know details.
Pretty good number. I wasn't. I said this earlier, but people can easily negotiate themselves out of a deal. You know that. And this wasn't although money's a big part of it, I want to get paid. I want to be treated fairly. This wasn't about the money for me. This was to earn something that no money can buy. My coach said it well. He's like, it's like you almost gained some sort of immortality. Like I gained some sort of status that you just can't get So the purse was that's the cherry on top. I got paid. I'm happy about it. But anyways, yeah, back to the bout. It said 165. So I show up to the arena. They escort me. I go through this room, like a VIP room, jelly rolls over there. I'm like, what's up, jelly roll? And Dana, Hunter, everyone's there. They greet me. They take me to the scale. The whole commission's there. They're like, all right, strip down, weigh in. I'm like, oh, is this an official weigh-in? Let me go take a piss real quick. So, because I'm super hydrated. I just started drinking water, getting ready for a fight. So I go take a piss, come back, boom, 164.5. Thank God I was, because had I been like 166 or I don't know, does the fight happen? Do I get fined 20% of the money they just offered me? Like, that's a lot of money. So anyways, yeah, we make weight and the fight's on. They announce it. I'm like, I'm fighting in 2 hours. Let's go.
I mean, that's unbelievable, Dan, and all credit to you. A lot of people always say, and it's true, it's incredible what the UFC are able to pull together last minute, which is true, but they wouldn't be able to do it unless they had people like yourself with that kind of warrior spirit. And I know that sounds like a cliche term, but it's unbelievable, Dan. And as you say, I mean, that has to be a record that's never going to be broken. To take a fight on about 4 hours, is that what it was, 4 hours?
Yeah, just about, because I had missed calls. I was finishing up on the massage table right around like 4:15, and that's as soon as I called him back. And then, yeah, I was fighting at 8 p.m., 8:15 p.m.
Yeah. So 4 hours notice at UFC 303, International Fight Week, T-Mobile Arena, gigantic crowd, sold out, one of the biggest cards of the year, and you're swanning in on 4 hours notice. I mean, what was going through your mind as you're walking into the arena, you're weighing in and all the rest of it? Were you confident? Were you panicked? Were you stressed out? Were you just relaxed and like, you know what? It is what it is. I believe in my skills, my training, and I'm ready.
I was confident in my ability and my cardio. Like 3 weeks out, you're usually feeling pretty good, right? You're kind of starting to peak. So I'm feeling good and I'm feeling confident, but there's a lot going on. There's media, there's cameras in your face, there's people asking you questions like, how does this all happen? So once I did all that, did my like USADA test, had to piss in the back, I just took a moment to just like breathe and just like calm down, calm the nerves, start trying to get in my zone. But like game plan, like there's no game plan, right? I've watched him, I've seen this guy fight, I know how he fights, but I can't sit there and start watching tape and trying to come up with a game plan. So in my mind was be in the moment and just let your instinct take over. I'm a black belt in jiu-jitsu, judo, brown belt. I wrestle in college. I have good boxing, good kickboxing, I'm good everywhere. So just trust in the 15 years of training, the last 15 years of training. And that's what I did. And I had to constantly remind myself, hey, just have fun with this, man. This is awesome. Like this hasn't been done. Have fun with it. Go out there and we put on a great fight. And then props to Diego too, man. Just the roller coaster of emotions that guy had to go through, making weight, changing opponents all last minute. I'm sure mentally that's got to with you, just he deserves a lot of credit because this fight wouldn't have happened without him too. So we went out there, we put on a great fight. We elevated each other. I didn't get the victory, but I put on a good performance. I'm not mad. I could have sat there and been like mad that I didn't get the win, but I was like, I'm going to smile. I'm going to smile right now because I'm proud of myself. This hasn't been done. And the way I finished the fight too, to go out there and just, I felt him starting to break in the third round. And that's really when I started finding my groove and like having fun with it. But again, it wasn't about the win or the loss. This was the opportunity of a lifetime that, who knows, it could change the whole trajectory of my career. So I'm proud of myself.
Well, first of all, you should be proud of yourself. And I think it will change the trajectory of your career. It'll go down in history. It'll never be beaten, in my opinion. I can't see that ever happening again. Diego Lopes was on a meteoric rise, one of the hottest prospects, 3 first-round stoppages. You walk off a massage table, walk into the T-Mobile Arena, you give him a great fight, and you say you were starting to break him. you were literally breaking his face in the third round. When you started to land with some of those right hands, he looked a little bit wobbled, and I was like, oh my God, he's going to do it. He's going to get the finish. And then he hits you with a good calf kick, kind of gets a scramble, but you get on top, it's landing some big shots. I mean, talk to me about the excitement in round 3 when you're like, oh my God, I'm going to do it. Or were you just completely dialed in, zoned in?
I remember I hit him with one shot round 3, and he wobbled back, and then I saw him look up. He took his eyes off me and looked up at the clock, and there's probably like 3.5 minutes, and I was like, oh, he's done.
And that's a good feeling when you see your opponent look at the clock. You're like, oh, I got him.
I was like, there's a lot of time when you're tired and you see 3.5 minutes. That's a long 3.5 minutes. So I just, I was confident right there. I stood my ground. I remember he countered me with something, but like I ate it, and then I came back with something, and I saw him back up again, and then he started like grabbing his throat and like grabbing his face, and I felt him, something change. You feel his spirit kind of diminish, and that calf kick, he hit me with a good calf kick, kind of got me off. It hurt, but it got me off balance, and he grabbed onto me, and I was like, he was kind of on my back again for a second. Then I shucked him off, and I ended up on top. You can go back and be like, man, should I have stood up? He had a good guard. He knew how to survive, right? He's like, man, if I could just survive for a minute, I'll probably win this fight. So I was just on top trying to inflict damage. I hit him with some good shots. Didn't get the finish, but the standing ovation at the end was something I've never, just sold out crowd, 19,000 fans. He was getting interviewed, and Rogan's like, stay there for a second. I'm going to interview you after. And just everyone was on their feet. Just, I can't explain that feeling. It was the best feeling ever. And, I mean, as a world champion, like, you've experienced that. And it was the best thing I've ever felt in my life. And, I don't know how to top it. The sphere.
It's hard. It's hard to top it. We'll get to the sphere in just a second, but those are the moments that you dream of when you first put on a pair of gloves, when you first walk into a gym, going through that kind of experience that you did Saturday night. You'll forever be a legend, Dan. I'm telling you, that will.
Thank you.
I mean, yes, you didn't get the victory, but your stock has elevated so much. You proved who you are as a person. You stood and went toe to toe with Diego Lopes. Almost got the finish in round 3, and 100%. I would be very shocked if you're not on that sphere card. What did Dana say to you afterwards?
I mean, he told me whatever I want, I got it. Hunter, the same thing. Sean told me he'd work on finding me an opponent for that, if that's what I want. So I believe it'll happen. It's just, the who doesn't really matter to me. I think if I go on there, that's going to be a spectacle of an event. I don't think, I can't even fathom what it's going to be like. That place looks crazy. So
yeah,
that's what I'm going to prepare for, physically and mentally. And I guess, we just have to wait and see what happens.
I've got a crazy thought for you.
Yeah.
You've got a bout agreement for 3 weeks.
Dude,
you haven't got a mark on you, buddy. Look at you. You still look fresh. You just had a nice little move around. You had a good sparring session Saturday night. Yeah. You got used to the crowds. 3 weeks. Is that at the Apex? Where is it?
Well, it's funny because I never got a bout agreement for that fight. I was waiting because of all the changes, but you never know, man. You never know. So my leg's a little sore, but we'll see.
You should message Dana and say, listen, give me the original fight and give me the severe. That's 3 paydays for 1 training camp. I mean, come on, let's go. Unbelievable.
I like what you're thinking. I like where your head's
at. No, unreal, Dan. Unreal. And you should be proud of yourself. It's unbelievable. Talk to me about Diego. Did you guys share some moments afterwards? Because he seems like a class act and a great fighter.
Yeah, dude. I mean, he's a great kid. Immediately, I told him, I was like, hey, listen, dude, you have a really bright future. Keep your head on your shoulders. Just keep doing the right thing. Keep showing up. I know he came from nothing. So his rise in the UFC, I was like, just, stay humble. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't change anything. And he was very receptible. And he's like, brother, if you need anything in Vegas, you need training, you got it, but you know, you never know how that goes. We could end up fighting. Yeah. We might fight at the Sphere.
Do a rematch.
5 rounds.
Hey, brother, listen, I'm not going to take up too much time. I'm assuming you got a lot of interview requests today.
A few, yeah.
Yeah, because you're the man of the moment. Listen, that was some legendary shit. So as I say, I'm not going to take up too much of your time. I just wanted to hear it from you. Say congratulations in the fight, in the attitude, in what you showed. You showed who you are. That's something you're going to take to your grave. Your children are going to be proud of that. You're going to talk about this and look back in years to come as the day, you know, you saved the day on 4 hours notice. It's wild, man. It's wild, man. Be proud of yourself. Your whole team are no doubt proud of you as well. So enjoy this moment, and I look forward to seeing you kick some ass at the Sphere.
Thank you so much, Bisping. You're a legend. Your words mean the world to me, and I really appreciate it, and thank you for your time.
No, I appreciate you, brother. Okay, enjoy it.
Yeah.
Take care. Bye-bye.
All right.